Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience for 50% faster job preparation. In this video, today I am going to talk about a very important topic जो कई लोगों को disturb कर रहा है कई दिनों से, which is about your PFRDA Grade A exam and SIDBI Grade A exam. Both the exam have their phase 1 exam on the same date as per the notification details available till now, September 6th. Okay, so around 40 days ahead, you have this exam, both the exam. So how do you prepare? How do you manage your time and how do you prepare for both the exams? So that is what I am going to discuss in this particular detail. When this month July started, we got a very good news. PFRDA came out with vacancies. Later they also increased the number of vacancies, which was a very good sign. The application window is still open 6th August tak, and exam, as I already told you, phase 1 ka 6 September ko hai and phase 2 is tentatively on 6th October. Mid of the month July में SIDBI का notification also came, 50 vacancies for grade A level and their application window is also open and अभी 11th August तक आप उसमें apply कर सकते हैं. Looking at the exam dates, 6 September को है and 4th October को आपका mains exam होगा. So mains exam में आपके फिर भी there is a 2 days difference, but your pre-exam is on the same date. Now, if you are confused, because the application window I told you is still open, so if you are confused whether you should apply for both or not, or which one should you go for and how to choose that, then this video is not for that. Okay, for that Sushil sir has already done a detailed video. You will find the link in the description box about clarity on how to choose or what you should apply for and how you should go about it. So you can watch that video. So this video, I'm again repeating, is not to give you clarity on which exam you should go for, but if you have decided and if you are going ahead with both the exams, then how you can prepare, where to focus your energy to ensure that you can clear both the exams. Okay, so let's move ahead. Let's have a look first about the exam pattern. So there are certain things जो आपको preparation से पहले समझनी चाहिए. Exam pattern, cut-off trend, past year papers, right? So let's discuss each of them. So exam pattern, if you see in PFRDA, you have 2 papers. Your first paper consists of English, quant, reasoning and general awareness with focus on your financial sector, right? And they are of 25 marks each. 20 questions आपसे पूछे जाएंगे. There will be a combined time of 60 minutes, 1 hour. Okay, and then you will have another paper after that, which will consist of your subjects, mixed up subjects of commerce and accountancy, management, finance, costing, companies act, economics and pension sector. So 7 subjects आपके रहेंगे. This will be consisting of 50 questions of 2 marks each, giving to a total of 100 marks. You will get 40 minutes for this. Okay, on the other hand, when you look at the SIDBI paper, there are 7 single paper, but it will have 7 aspects. English, which is same here, okay, and almost similar number of marks. You can say यहाँ पे 30 questions 30 marks के हैं, यहाँ पे आपके 20 questions पूछे जाएंगे. Then in reasoning again same, you can also see that in PFRDA, यहाँ पे there will be 25 questions, 25 marks. So same, you can see 25 questions, 20 questions है, but marks आपका यहाँ पे same है, weightage 25 marks. More or less similar level of questions रहते हैं both of these exams for quant, reasoning, English. Similarly, you will also have quant, which is common. You also have general awareness. They also have focus on banking, financial and economic related aspects. यहाँ पे इन्होंने सिर्फ financial sector बोला है, but more or less both have similar kind of focus on the banking and financial news, right? Now, what are the different subjects? Computer is not there in your PFRDA, but there will be 20 marks worth of questions in your computer over here, right? Then you have your specific different subjects. One is MSME related. So SIDBI is the developmental bank for the MSME sector. So they are focusing on MSME regulation, legal framework, and finance related to MSME. Those type of questions, 30 questions, 30 marks. And then there is stream specific. Now what are they asking in stream specific? As we move ahead, we will discuss. So they will mostly focus on a credit type of a profile under stream specific. So commonalities, if you see, what are the commonalities? इंग्लिश, क्वांट, रीजनिंग, जनरल अवेयरनेस, ये आपका कॉमन है. जो आपका स्ट्रीम स्पेसिफिक प्रोफेशनल अंडरस्टैंडिंग स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज है, दैट इज डिफरेंट. देयर इज हार्डली एनी ओवरलैप. एक ओवरलैप है, वो मैं सिलेबस डिस्कस करते समय आपको बताऊंगी. ओके, एग्जाम के लिए टाइम आपको सफिशिएंट मिलेगा. बोथ द एग्जाम्स में सफिशिएंट टाइम रहता है टू अटेम्प्ट द paper. So that is not the issue. Now the issue is your preparation and practice. Okay, so now let's look at the syllabus. For PFRDA, there is a very long list of the syllabus. The beauty is how you actually understand the syllabus and focus on the important points. So for commerce and accountancy, understanding the basic accounts, the financial statements, and some important share transactions and accounting standards is what is the focus. Management is all about the management process and how a manager behaves and motivates. So how he acts as a leader, as a manager, and as a motivator and a communicator in the organization. That is what the syllabus is all about. Finance focuses on understanding both the financial markets and the financial systems, and some general topics which support the financial markets and financial systems, like your derivatives, what the recent development is happening, financial inclusion, alternative sources of finance, and inflation and budget related aspects. In costing, you focus on, of course, the overview of what of costing is and the different methods of costing and your cost controls. Lean system also, which is a theoretical topics, forms a good part of costing, which can be very, very scoring. Then there are Companies Act, where they focus on 7 chapters only. In economics, your basic microeconomics consisting of demand, supply, market structures, how the ISLM curve moves, inflation is, and business cycles work, and your macroeconomics in terms of the foreign exchange markets, inflation, monetary policy, and the NBFC sector. And last, pension sector, which is the core for PFRDA. PFRDA is the regulator for the pension sector. You need to understand the pension sector setup in India and the key schemes, especially you can say the NPS and the Atal Pension Yojana, right? So that is what your syllabus is in PFRDA. Compared to that, the syllabus for SIDBI looks very, very small, because they have very nicely brought it down into few aspects only, which is MSME financing, which again can be huge, because it could consist of so many aspects. Understanding MSME financing, what are the different products, how due diligence is done, how KYC is done, how you are assessing the credit, right? So financial ratios, assessment of the term loans, working capital loans, documentary credit, which is another name for letter of credit. And then after giving disbursement, so as I stated, this is more or less like a credit profile. So अगर आपने past में कोई credit profile related exam दिया है, like PNB credit, okay, CBI credit, or NAFID का lending officer, right? So that is similar to a credit profile. So then post disbursement, NPA management, NPA कैसी recovery होती है, what are the IRAC norms that are given by RBI, NBFCs कैसे finance करते हैं MSMEs को, and then the credit risk assessment, which is more or less same as your assessment of term loan or working capital. So syllabus काफ़ी small दिखाई देता है, and as I stated, if you have the eligibility, तो आपको इसमें कुछ background understanding होगी, and you can focus on preparing this. Okay, let's also have a look very quickly about the cutoff, so that you can accordingly focus and target a particular score and prepare accordingly for both the exams. For PFRDA, your paper 1 cutoff out of 100 was 22, and this is for the unreserved category I am discussing. Then for paper 2, again out of 100, 16.5. तो ये आपका पेपर है, जो फर्स्ट पेपर है, this was quant, reasoning, English and GA, QRE and GA, and your paper 2 is consisting of those 7 subjects of commerce, costing, companies act, pension sector, management, economics, finance, right? So out of 100, 16.5 marks was here, and आपका total cutoff of those both the exams is 39.62. Okay, similarly if I look at the cutoff of grade A last year, because सिडबी ने लास्ट ईयर ही ये पैटर्न इंट्रोड्यूस किया एग्जाम का, देर आर 2 सेक्शंस. क्वालिफाइंग नेचर है जिसमें आपका इंग्लिश, क्वांट, रीजनिंग एंड कंप्यूटर आता है, एंड इसमें इफ़ यू सी द कट ऑफ 7.75 वॉज देयर. तो यहाँ पे सेक्शनल कट ऑफ्स रहती हैं इंग्लिश, and in PFRD there's no sectional cutoff for English, Quant, Reasoning, GA separately. Okay, so there was 7.75 for Quant, 1.5, Reasoning 1.5, Computer 7.25. so you can see how you can focus your preparation towards English subject and Quant and Reasoning depending on where your strength lies. General awareness in SIDBI comes in the merit section. Okay, general awareness along with MSME and your stream specific, which I showed you just the syllabus of, right? But the cutoff was very low. Don't expect this year, I will not suggest expect a very low cutoff this year. Last year maybe because this was the first time they were doing in this pattern. So this year I will suggest you to work with a little higher target when you are preparing, right? But the whole point I'm trying to say is the cutoff was not very high. GA only 1 marks was sectional cutoff out of 20. For MSME 1 mark out of 30 and 2.25 out of 50 for the stream specific, which total was 6.25. so even if we double this, 12 or 15 marks if you are aiming, and if you are aiming around 45 marks in your phase 1 for PFRDA and say 12 to 15 marks in your phase 1 if SIDBI, then also it is very comfortable for you to go ahead. The important part is what you study. So before I get into what you study and how you allocate your time, let me tell you at iExamB we have courses for both PFRDA and SIDBI as per the exam pattern. PFRDA has been following this exam pattern from the last 3 recruitment cycles. Last they had conducted in 2022. SIDBI came out with this exam pattern last year, and we have the content as per the exam pattern with recorded video, study notes, doubt clearing sessions, and a lot of practice at the chapter, section level and exam level mock test as per the requirement, including all your descriptive checking and your descriptive discussions. So you can check out the courses, the demo links. You will find the links in the description box. As I stated, we have been guiding for the exams from a long time, and specifically in PFRDA SIDBI, you can see the selections in the recruitment cycles. Apart from this, we continue to mentor for a lot of regulatory bodies and other all India financial institutions with a great track record of selections over the years in SEBI, in RBI, and in NABARD, with more than 1,000 selections across different exams. Let's move ahead and understand the important topics. In PFRDA under accounts, the most important topics is financial statements and ratios, and this is your one of the overlapping topics that you will find in PFRDA and SIDBI exam, right? So this is one topic that is overlapping, and you can say in the exam 2 to 3 questions can come from this topic in both the exams. Okay, so that's the only I will say that is overlapping topic from the important topics. Apart from that, in accounts you should understand the basic accounting terms. For accounting standards, even if you focus on depreciation and inventory, it will be good enough, and from the share transactions you can focus on rights and buyback. In management, focus on the functions of management and the roles of different managers. Important motivation theories, here you can focus on the earlier theories The content theories, they are asked more in the exams as compared to the newer theories that have come in. Communication, especially the network system in communication, and the different leadership styles. Okay, a lot of leadership styles are asked in management. In finance, focus on understanding different financial instruments and different regulators for every instrument, or if any financial term, who is the regulator. These type of questions come, and if you are preparing well for your GA, for your paper 1, a lot of it will also get covered for your finance paper. In costing terms, focus on that. In different methods, focus on job and batch costing. Do study lean systems, because this can be a scoring subject. It is theoretical and it can be very scoring. And then marginal costing, especially your break even analysis. In Companies Act, the most important topics are auditors, directors, dividends related timelines, when you have to pay, when you have to transfer to different accounts, and in your shares and debentures, the different types of issues that the company can make and what are the rules related to it. In economics, focus on monetary policy, understand inflation and Phillips curve, the different market structures, what are the features of the market structures, and how demand and supply works. And in pension, NPS will take up your bulk of your preparation. After that, Atal Pension Yojana, and understand some other smaller schemes. National small savings schemes are there, and what other schemes are available from the government side for your long-term savings. Okay, so that is what you have to focus on. In MSME ki definition, you should be able to answer every type. Last year I think there were almost 4 questions on definition alone. Okay, so MSME definition you should know by heart, how they are classified. Okay, and the regulatory and legal system basically consists of your MSME sector, which is act, which is not a very big act. After that, RBI norms. So there are certain RBI norms supporting what is written in the MSME act. So biggest being the payment that has to be done to the MSME borrowers. Okay, then MSME finance related schemes, government comes. Most important is Mudra, traders, CGT, MSE, and PMEGP. These are the most important finance related schemes in MSME. So read about them. Financial ratios I already told you. Another important part will be working capital related, different committees that have been there. So what are those methodologies available that are used for working capital assessment? MSME focused government schemes के बहुत question आते हैं. This can be time consuming. Okay, remembering them. We have a comprehensive document in our course of around 20 pages, which cover each and every scheme and the details that you need to remember. Even that single document will help you prepare drastically for this, and easily you can expect 10-12 questions from different government schemes related to MSME sector. And then is your NPN IRAC norms. Okay, asset classification and income recognition norms that are given by RBI. So these are the most important topics that you have to focus on. Next question comes, how do I allocate? I know what I have to study, but how do I allocate my time? So this is a generic study plan suggestive, where you are giving 7 to 8 hours daily, because if you are aiming for both the exams, you have to take it seriously. Okay, so 7 to 8 hours minimum you are spending. Apart from that, you can also spend more time for practicing and revision. Please pay a lot of attention to practice and revision. GA should be regular, every day 1 hour. If you are reading a newspaper, a financial newspaper, then great. If not, you can follow our daily Wikipedia. You'll find the link in the description. Go on our website under general awareness. We provide both daily and weekly. If you are reading a newspaper, you can go for weekly for revision purposes and recap purposes. If you do not read a newspaper, go for the daily, follow the news. We also daily have 5 questions to help you recapitulate what you studied the previous day. Okay, so you can check this out on our website. For reasoning and English, alternatively spend 2 to 3 hours, and for quant, alternatively spend again 1 to 2 hours here. For computer, alternate days or even 2 days in a week, 1 hour if you give for practice. This will be good enough to help you manage the cutoff in SIDBI exam. Next, spend almost a week every day 4 to 5 hours minimum understanding the accounts and costing. You can divide it into 3 days of accounts and 3 days of costing, or 4 days of accounts if it is requiring more time, and spend 2 days on costing. Then next week spend on MSME Act and different schemes. As I said, this can be time consuming, but if you have it at one place like we have giving it in our course, you will be able to go through them, skim through them, make notes and revise them again and again. Next week spend on the pension and the management. This will be quicker. Maybe you take less than a week, okay, because this is all theoretical. You have to read and remember, right? So make your notes, read, remember, revise, right? So maybe you take a little less time here. If you take less time, less than a week, you can add your accounts practice again over here. Spend separately time on financial statements on ratios. This topic is common for both SIDBI and PFRDA. And then the remaining week you can spend on PFRDA related Companies Act points. Next week you should spend on finance and economics on the topics that I highlighted as important. And your last week can go on MSME related credit, PSL and IRAC norms. All these is weekdays. Of course, there has to be a lot of practice for PFRDA exams. Specifically, if you've given it in the past, you will really find it handy, the revision modules and MCQ booklets that we add in our course. These MCQ booklets cover more than 2000 questions cumulatively for all these topics, including numerical practice and revision modules, where comprehensively the entire syllabus is in one PDF you can revise. Okay, so that will help in your revision, and when you should be doing it on the specific weeks of the topics. Plus, every Sunday should be spent on revision and practicing a lot of mock test. If you are already know about the syllabus and have done it in the past, spend a lot of time of mocks in the courses. As I had shown you before, in PFRDA you get 10 mocks, 15 for paper 1, 10 for paper 2, and in SIDBI you will get 8 mocks total, because that is a combined paper for the phase 1. So a lot of practice is available to you at the exam level. Revision notes are there in PFRDA and for you to further practice. So all the best. If you have decided to go ahead with both the exams, don't waste another minute. Start practicing. If you have yet not subscribed to our channel, please like, share and follow if you found this useful. And if you have any further queries, you can always reach out to us on the email, phone number provided on the screen, or write us on the comments. Thank you and wishing you all the best.